People of the Purple Butterfly here, otherwise known as People of 7 on Twitter and YouTube, people elsewhere on the internet. My social look at purplebutterfly-soaps.myshopify.com. My blog, purplebutterfly-people.blogspot.com. And yesterday was Mother's Day. And I miss my mom. Let's talk about that. People have been trying to distract me, showering me with gifts. I appreciate that. And let's go do this and let's go do that. Busy, yeah. So that was fun. But that doesn't get me out of here. I'm still stuck up here. Everything I do, everything I see, the clothes I wear, the foods I eat, all of it reminds me of Mom. People basically expect you to get over it. You don't get over that. You learn to cope, you learn to function, you learn to deal, but you don't get over that. I concentrate on my own distractions. I mean, I'm ventilating a full-length wig at a record pace, challenging myself, because then I don't have to think as much about, when I'm, going at a regular pace. I'm all up in here thinking about what I'm doing. Well, if I'm challenging myself at double speed, I don't think about it as much, but I still think about it. When I eat certain foods, Mom was diabetic and there were certain foods she couldn't eat. I became diabetic. There's certain foods I'm not supposed to eat. And a lot of the stuff that got my sugar level down was because of the stuff I remembered her telling me. Like, I'm not really a fan of oatmeal, but I have 2 cans of oatmeal in my kitchen and a can of cream of wheat. There's a fun story about that. When I was growing up, Mom used to always have oatmeal for breakfast. And I'm like, why do we always gotta have oatmeal? How come we can't have cream of wheat? And she goes, because my mom gave me cream of wheat every day. I'm tired of it. And I went, yeah, now you know how I feel about oatmeal. Because she would feed us oatmeal every single day. And she loved oatmeal. Me, not so much. But oatmeal keeps your sugar level down. And I remember her telling me, well, oatmeal lasts longer than cream of wheat. It'll hold you and keep you from being hungry as quick, and your sugar level will stay normal. So I eat oatmeal. There's certain foods that I don't necessarily like, but I eat because of the sugar level thing. Learned that from Mom. I go to my kitchen right now, there's salads. I love salads. I love to pour like a whole 8-ounce container of salad dressing on the salad, but Mom said don't do that because then you'll get a cholesterol problem. So yeah, so I put just enough dressing on it to coat the salad, and then I eat it, and then I remember all those helpful things Mom said. When I eat, there's helpful advice that Mom gave me. When I get dressed, there's helpful advice Mom gives me. When I get in and out of my car, especially when I'm wearing a dress, there's certain things Mom told me that is still here today. Like when you're wearing a dress, and I see the young people do this, don't do this. They get in the car, they put one leg in, then they swing the other leg in, and they got this gap where their skirt is, no. Ladies, when you get in the car, you sit down in the car with both your feet together, and then you swing your legs in. That preserves your modesty. That's something my mom taught me. And it works when you're wearing something like a mini skirt or shorts, because then you don't have to worry about gaposis, people seeing too much, then you don't want them to see. So basically, everything in my life was shaped by my mom. Everything in my world, literally, was shaped by my mom. I was Charlene Mayo's miracle baby. And I have my own health issues. And I'm surviving from the stuff I was taught by my mom, even though she doesn't know she taught me that stuff. Like how I got my sugar level down. When I get a bruise, like I got one right here, that's from when they gave me the pneumonia shot. I knew to put a circle around that because that bruise is still there after 2 days. And the circle is to make sure it doesn't expand past the circle, because that would mean it's a bleed or the bruise isn't healing or whatever. I learned that trick from my mom. She still influences my world in so many ways, even though she's been out of my life for 2 years and with the Heavenly Father. So, yeah. I know how to cope. I know how to distract myself when it gets rough. And I know how to just let myself go and have a nice cry when I think about her. Because she also taught me don't hold your emotions in, because that can cause ulcers or health issues, or when you're trying to maintain, that could cause you to snap at somebody for no apparent reason because you're so emotionally overwhelmed that you can't deal. So I have my ways of dealing. And when people try to distract me from, Christmas is coming and Thanksgiving is coming and it's Mother's Day and you don't have a mother anymore, it's fine to let it go and let the tears out. I mean, distractions are nice, but it doesn't stop, what's going on in here. It doesn't stop the hurt here. It doesn't stop the facts that she's not with me anymore. So, yeah, it's fine to try to distract me, but it's not going to work. It's fine to tell me, get over it, because I'm not gonna. I have my own ways of dealing with it. You don't get over loss. You learn to deal with loss. You learn to cope with it. You learn to function in spite of, but you don't get over it. So when people tell me that, it's like if you try to argue with them that that's not something you'll get over, or if you tell them, I can't get over that, they want to help you by suggesting you do this or suggesting you do that. That don't work on me. Mom used to make jokes. I make jokes. She used to sew. I bought a sewing machine. I never really liked sewing. She sewed just for the pure joy of sewing. I sewed for the fact that clothes that had a split or a rip or, the hem or what, I sew simply to put one piece to another piece and stitch it together. The only difference is when I make quilts, in my brain, that's not sewing, that's quilting. I can make all the quilts that I could make on a machine by hand. In fact, I have. But I also inherited all her patterns. And I find myself looking at them like, yeah, I can make that. And planning accordingly. I have fabric over there. I have a pattern. I'm going to sew something. And that's my way of dealing. I am not really good with cooking. Mom was a full-time employee at the time that I would have been learning to cook, and her way of teaching me to cook. Hello? Yes, I'm finna go to lunch, but today you're gonna make meatloaf. So you're gonna take 2 pounds of ground round, 2 eggs, this, and this. You're gonna do this, and this. I gotta go. I'll talk to you in 30 minutes. Bye. And if you miss something, yeah, it has some real fun recipes that nobody wanted to eat because, well, at the age of 12, I had 2 hearing aids. So when she made that quick phone call to tell me what to do for dinner, some of it went in, circulated around, connected with a thought, and some of it went, hey, what did you say? Oh, she's gone. So I had to figure it out for myself. But now I know how to cook, and every time I cook certain things, I remember mom. So, yeah, we all have our way of dealing with stuff, and sometimes dealing with things isn't let me get around people and be distracted for a couple of hours because they're doing this and they're doing that, and here's this fun activity, and let's keep her busy. Because at the end of the day, I'm going to come home, I'm going to put on my pajamas, I'm going to look around my house, and I'm going to see her picture. I'm going to feel her presence. I'm going to have memories, and they're going to still be there. So that's how I deal. And some days I just go ahead and have a good cry because I needed to at that time, and that's okay. So let me be me and handle it my own way. And when you want to be a distraction, there are days I welcome those distractions, but there are also days where I'm not going to get over it. And 20 years from now, I'm not going to get over it. As long as I have a memory of her, I'm going to love her, I'm going to remember her, and I'm going to miss her. I'm not going to get over it. This has been People7 on Twitter and YouTube, People elsewhere on the internet. My soaps are located at PurpleButterfly-soaps.myshopify.com. My blog, PurpleButterfly-people.blogspot.com. Y'all stay blessed, stay tuned. Bye now. Don't get over your lost loved ones. Just learn to function without them and never, ever, ever lose their memories. Bye now.